Right, everybody, I want to show you why we kept them separate, why we kept all those pieces of that box frame separate, because you can adjust the depth, all right? And when I talk about the depth, I'm talking about these pieces here. So these are the solid rectangular pieces that are within that cutting file. You've got one on the outside and one on the inside, because that's quite a deep box frame right now. And if you want to make it shallower, this is how you do it. All right, so we're going to go pattern, save data, USB, SVG cutting files, box frame, and the 6x8 rectangle. And we're going to find the side pieces. So we're going to find the side, and we've got all this here as our cutting file. So we're going to press OK and put it on a workable mat. And we're going to go into our first piece here. So these pieces that have got the mitered corners, you don't adjust, because they're the right height and the right width. It's the depth of the box, so it's the outside and the inside that we're adjusting. So we go to the rectangle and we click on the resize box. Now we want to make it shorter this way, but not lengthways. So we're looking at the height from top to bottom there. So we're going to click on unlock aspect ratio. We're going to take that down. Just take it down by about 5mm, or however deep you want it to be. So if you want it to be 10mm deep, if you want a centimetre deep box frame, you take it down to the depth that you want that box frame to be, okay? We don't need to do this other mitered one, but we need to do this other solid rectangle. So again, we separate the height and the width, and we take that one down to 35. The other things that we need to do are the tabs, because if I click on that now, 30mm you might get away with, but just to be on the safe side, separate it and take that down. Let's just take it down by another 5mm. On the next tab, you're going to do the same. Take it down by 5mm on the next tab. And once you've done this once, you can save it, and you will save it either into your machine's memory or onto a USB or into Canvas Workspace if you want to import it that way. And then you can just name it in Canvas, box frame, and put the depth. So 10mm box frame, these are all the cutting files. 20mm box frame, these are all the cutting files. Once you've done it once, you don't need to keep doing it every time. And then again, separate the height and the width and take that down by 5, okay? And then these pieces, you're going to do this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to rotate this, and I might need to move it in slightly. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees so that it's this way, and I'm going to do exactly the same with that one. Now, did you see how that one's gone on a funny angle? If I undo that, I need to move it first because it hits the side of the virtual mat, okay? And now I need to reduce these down. So what I do for this is now the height, but don't forget I've got a tab on there. So if I unlock the aspect ratio and I make this narrower, I'll start with 5mm. What I'm then going to get you to do is zoom right in. So zoom in up to 400%. If you haven't got the zoom function on your scan and cut where you can zoom in to 400% and you can move shapes, you need to do an update on your machine, because that was an update that came ages ago. Now can you see now, if I line that up in the middle there, can you see how that perforation line isn't quite in the right place? So what I'm going to do is press OK. I'm going to come out, I'm going to go back into my resize, I'm going to separate my height and width, and I'm going to adjust it by a couple of mil. All right, so I'm going to go up to 62, and then you're going to zoom in. So this is the only bit where you have to do a little bit of work, and you have to work out there like that. So that perforation line is dead on that line. I'm going to take it up by 1 more mil. All right, this is the only bit, and it's because it's got those tabs on that you can't just do automatically, and that's exactly what you would have had to do with each piece if we'd made it as one solid, because you wouldn't have had that control. So I'm going to go into here and I'm going to adjust that, separate that. I'm going to make it 1mm higher, and then we're going to go in again. So it's a little bit of work, but it's worth it for the versatility. If after watching this video you just think, no, that's too much like hard work, Mel. I'm not going to spend all that time doing it. Let us know, and we'll do a file just for that one size of frame, and we'll put it out there for you so that you can have that file just as it is. For me as a crafter that likes that versatility, I want this. I want to be able to do this. But if you just think, I can't be bothered, and I'm happy just to have a box frame that's deep, that's always that deep, let us know and we'll sort it out, okay? So now I'm quite happy with that. So instead of doing that all over again with this one, I'm going to delete that one off and I'm going to duplicate that one. So I'm going to ask it to do 2 of those, and then that is going to fit perfectly together. And then you will do exactly the same thing on the shorter side, and it's exactly the same measurement because you're only changing the depth. So it's exactly the same thing that you're going to do. And then those tabs there, the ones that we've just had to adjust manually, will also work for that. So all you're doing is changing those 2 solid rectangles and the tabs on your shorter side, and then that will make sense and everything will work together. Let me know if that works, if you're happy with that, and if not, please let us know and we will just put that other file there for you so that you've got it anyway. All right, see you soon. Bye.